Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Ever wondered how far you'd go for a friend? Or what the real difference is between justice and revenge? Today, we're diving into one of Shakespeare's most fascinating and controversial plays, The Merchant of Venice. It's a story packed with love, adventure, and some pretty heavy moral questions that are still debated hundreds of years later. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's journey to the vibrant yet treacherous streets of Venice. Our story kicks off with a young Venetian nobleman named Bassanio. He's hopelessly in love with the beautiful and incredibly wealthy Portia. The catch? Portia lives in Belmont, and Bassanio is broke. He can't even afford to travel to see her, let alone present himself as a worthy suitor. So he turns to his best friend, Antonio, a wealthy merchant, for help. Now, Antonio is a great friend, but all his money is tied up in ships at sea. He's cash poor at the moment. But he tells Bassanio not to worry. He'll use his good name and credit to secure a loan. This is where things get complicated. They go to Shylock, a Jewish moneylender who has a long and bitter history with Antonio. Antonio has publicly insulted Shylock for his religion and his profession. Shylock, seeing an opportunity, agrees to lend them 3,000 ducats. But he proposes a very strange condition. If Antonio can't repay the loan in 3 months, Shylock will be entitled to a pound of Antonio's flesh. Yes, you heard that right, a pound of flesh. Bassanio is horrified and tells Antonio to forget it. But Antonio, confident his ships will return in time, agrees to the bizarre and dangerous bond. He's dedicated to his friend's happiness. With the money secured, Bassanio heads to Belmont to win Portia's hand. But there's another twist. Portia's late father set up a test for all her suitors. They must choose between 3 caskets, one of gold, one of silver, and one of lead. The correct casket contains her portrait, and the man who chooses it wins her hand. The wrong choice means they can never marry anyone. Princes and nobles from all over the world have tried and failed, choosing the flashy gold and silver caskets. Bassanio, however, proves to be wiser. He distrusts outward appearances and chooses the humble lead casket, which bears the inscription, "Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath." And guess what? He chose correctly. He finds Portia's portrait inside and wins her love. It's a truly romantic moment, and they plan to marry immediately. But their happiness is cut short. News arrives from Venice that all of Antonio's ships have been lost at sea. He's bankrupt and cannot repay the loan. The 3 months are up, and the vengeful Shylock is demanding his pound of flesh. He drags Antonio to court, refusing any offers of money, even double or triple the amount. He wants his bond, his revenge. The Duke of Venice, who is presiding over the trial, is at a loss. The law is on Shylock's side. It seems Antonio is doomed. But then, a young unknown lawyer named Balthazar arrives, sent from a renowned legal expert. This lawyer, as you might have guessed, is actually Portia in disguise, with her maid Nerissa disguised as her clerk. Portia, as Balthazar, begins by pleading with Shylock to show mercy, delivering one of the most famous speeches in all of literature about how the quality of mercy is not strained. Shylock refuses, so Portia changes tactics. She agrees that the bond is legal and Shylock is entitled to his pound of flesh. Shylock is thrilled, sharpening his knife. But just as he's about to cut, Portia stops him. She points out that the bond gives him a pound of flesh, but it makes no mention of blood. Therefore, he can take the flesh, but if he sheds a single drop of Christian blood, all his lands and goods will be confiscated by the state. Trapped by this clever legal loophole, Shylock is defeated. But it gets worse for him. Portia then reveals another law. If a foreigner attempts to take the life of a Venetian citizen, their life and property are forfeit. In the end, Shylock is stripped of his wealth and forced to convert to Christianity. Antonio is saved, his ships miraculously return, and the happy couples, Bassanio and Portia, and their friends, are reunited in Belmont. So, what do we make of all this? The Merchant of Venice is a powerful story that forces us to look at themes of prejudice, mercy versus justice, and the true meaning of friendship. Is Shylock a villain or a victim of relentless persecution? Was the court's final judgment on him fair? These are the questions that make this play so enduring. It's a fantasy, a love story, and a cautionary tale all rolled into one. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Was justice served? Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed our little trip to Venice and subscribe for more deep dives into classic literature. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.